One of these prints is PLA. Can you guess which one? Well, actually, I lied. Both of these are PLA, and these were both printed with the included sample spool of PLA that came with the printers when I first bought them. But I've decided to stop using PLA. Why? I can give you a couple good reasons. So for context, like many other people, I also started with PLA. My printer came with the sample packs, and also of course I needed to get filament to get started with printing, so I got a couple rolls of PLA. My next refill order was half PLA and half PETG, and after that I haven't bought PLA at all. So let's start with reason number one why I stopped using PLA. The price. For my case, I got a great deal on Anycubic PETG for about €6 per kilo during their 10th year anniversary. After using up the remaining PLA that I had, I haven't bought more. And even right now, PETG is usually either the same price or sometimes even cheaper than PLA. So for example, at the time of filming, Anycubic has their basic PLA listed at $17.99 per kilo, while their PETG is $16.99 per kilo. And even if it was the same price, I'd still stick to PETG because of reason number two, the use case. If you print mostly decorative parts or toys or props or something like that, then PLA is fine. But if you print any kind of functional or structural parts or anything that goes near water, PETG is the better choice. And here's why. Let's start with reason number three, heat resistance. PLA is a low temperature material. That means when you heat it up, it deforms really easily. As an example, if we go look at Anycubic specifications, then PLA's heat deflection rating is at 54 degrees Celsius, while for PETG that number is 69 degrees Celsius. That 20 degrees can definitely save your print from deflecting, for example, if you leave it in the car. But heat isn't the only thing that PLA struggles with. That's why at number 4 we have strength. PLA is generally the stiffer material, meaning it can resist and hold its shape under load better, but that stiffness also comes at a cost. It's more brittle. PETG, on the other hand, it's more flexible and it stretches further before breaking. As an example, again, Anycubic lists their elongation at break at 13% for PETG and 8% for PLA. And generally, PETG handles impact better, so if you drop or there's vibration or sudden hits for your parts, then PETG is better than PLA. If we look at layer bonding, PETG is also usually quite a bit better. For Anycubic's PLA, the layer bonding strength sits at around 26 megapascals, while for PETG it's 45 megapascals, so nearly double. Strength is also one thing, but for reason number 5, this is what happens always over time. Moisture. PLA absorbs moisture over time. This weakens it further and makes the part more brittle and prone to failure. You can also find some extreme examples of PLA basically turning to dust after sitting on the shelf for a while. So especially if you leave your parts outdoors or it's near water or in water, you should definitely print the part with PETG rather than PLA. And for the last one, we have number 6, sunlight. UV light and sunlight degrade PLA over time. So again, if you have a part that is outside or just near a window, then if you want the part to last for a while, then you should probably consider printing it with some other material. So does that mean that PLA is horrible and it doesn't have a place on your shelf of materials? Well, no. It's probably the easiest material to print with, It doesn't produce harmful gases while you print. It's great for dimensional accuracy, and it's cheap. That makes it a great pick for small parts, decorative parts, or prototyping, so you don't have to waste your 70 € spool of PEEK or whatever expensive material you have when you need to reprint the part either way. So for me, I basically use PETG for almost all of my prints. It's a great material that offers quite good properties at an affordable price, and it's almost as easy to print as PLA, and it doesn't produce harmful gases while printing, such as some other materials like ABS. So should you stop using PLA? Probably not. If you print a lot of decorative parts, or you just want the easiest print experience, then go ahead, PLA is great. But if you print functional parts or need any of the things I just listed, so outdoor use, heat, moisture, or strength, then you should probably go with something else. Of course, on top of PLA and PETG, there's a million other materials to choose from, so please let me know which one do you use the most frequently. But anyways, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.